here is my review of Stephen King's Carrie, the first one, the one of many, the one that created it all, the one that launched Stephen King's career. As you know, I have a cat here. Her name is Tuna. If I don't let her in the room, she's gonna be a nuisance. So, Tuna, once again, you're YouTube famous for 2 viewers that watch this video. As always, when I read a book, I'm looking for a variety of things. Plot, characters, ambiance, themes, the writing if it's a bit different, the emotions I felt, and my overall impressions. How about you? How about you, Tuna? Huh? You like reading books? You're not literate. Yeah, she's not literate. I don't think so anyway. What did I think about the plot? I thought the plot was good, fast-paced. We see this girl, Carrie, undergo stressful events through her first menstruation period as a 17-year-old, I believe. And that drives her to start unlocking her telekinesis powers or telekinetic powers again. And she starts training it, and that allows her to eventually just destroy the whole town, right? So the plot was really fast, it was really fun, and getting more insight throughout the book with the different articles, newspaper clippings, and report clippings. I thought that was really, really good to add more context to the whole plot, and I really enjoyed that whole idea of, higher level of government trying to understand this story further. I like the dynamic between her mom and religion and trying to force Carrie to repent for her sins of being, a demon child in some way. And I really enjoyed the chaos that ensued when she was covered in pig blood, and that caused her to just snap and absolutely hate everybody in her town and in her high school, because she was the outcast. And it has a lot of that energy of like, you know what, it's time I just get revenge on people. So it was a really fun read with that in mind. And just the absolute nature of the chaos, the fires that ensue, she's breaking shit up, it was chaotic, and you can be like, yeah, the final straw broke her back and she's about to just lay waste to people. So yeah, I enjoyed the plot, very dynamic. Don't know what my cat is doing at this point, but yeah. But of course, when you have a short book, you cannot get a lot of, background information with some of the other characters. However, I thought the plot was, it's a good, quick read, and I enjoyed it. And for his first book, the ending was great. I know that sometimes people have gripes with his endings, but Stephen King did a good one on this one here. Now, when you have these shorter books like this, I find that the character work could be lacking, and that's just the nature of shorter books because you don't get a lot of detail for every single character, and that could be a plus or a negative. And in this case with Carrie, I thought that while we didn't get a lot of nuance in her story, it would be cool to see her really expand in more as a character, to better digest and understand and see her thoughts as a reader of how she perceives her mom and her dad and her bullying further. But if anyone's ever been bullied in school, you can probably guess what the emotions are. So the character work like that is fine for her. I think she was the best character, obviously, but that is the problem. Afterwards, the other characters are pretty generic. Chris and her boyfriend Billy, who are the main antagonists, aren't really developed as much, and it's just jealousy, and it's just like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna pull a prank, but we're gonna kill pigs to get the blood. And we see that Billy is really this notoriously evil guy. But yeah, the character work I find is whatever is fine. In terms of like the ambiance and the setting, yeah, because most of the story takes place in the school gym, I thought it was fine. I thought it was cool, but nothing to write home about. And one of my favorite things about this book was the writing style. I really liked the inclusion of these different like fake books, newspaper clippings, academic reports about the whole Carrie incident, and the idea of telekinesis being a heritable trait, and how the scientists are saying, hey, we should be careful because there might be some more people down the line that might have something like this. You know, this might not be a once in a lifetime thing. Now, one of the weird things is that this book didn't have chapters, and we've seen this before with Cujo, for example, but Cujo was a lot more chaotic in that sense. At least here we did have some natural breaks with the academic writing papers and stuff. In terms of like the themes, obviously being a bully, being an outcast is probably one of the main ones. And of course, growing up in a super religious household is another one as well. I like that sort of religious fanatic stuff a lot. So it was cool to see her mom want to kill her daughter because she thinks she's the spawn of the devil. I like that a lot. I think it's a really fun theme and idea to explore in a book. And for it to be your first book, I think is maybe it's bold, maybe it's good because a lot of people could get behind it. So it makes it relatable, and it's not an obscure thing that people have to wrap their heads around. So yeah, in terms of emotions, what did I feel? Because it's a short book, I didn't feel super attached with the characters because, you know, you don't have a lot of runway. But I still felt some, you know, I feel bad for Carrie, right? Because this person didn't ask to be this weirdo, right? She was born with these powers, and the way that her mother fostered her wasn't the best way for her development. And we see that throughout the story as people give their interpretation of, wow, like Carrie was a really cute child back in the day, but then, you know, she started getting locked up in the closet for hours on end, and she's just trapped there praying, you know? That is a neglected child, and it really sucks. In terms of rating, what am I gonna give this book? I certainly enjoyed it. We're gonna give this a 7 on 10. It's a 3.5-star read for me. I think it was a good first novel from Stephen King. It's fun to go into his mind with, yeah, writing his stuff, you know, how he started his career. And I enjoyed my book. Again, these ratings the more I do them, I feel as though they're a bit more fluid, and there's going to be some degrees of error to it. But 7 on 10 seems right. 6 on 10 seems maybe a bit too weak. So yeah, let me know what you thought about Carrie, the book. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What parts do you think I got wrong or you disagreed with? Or what things you agreed with? And as always, Stephen King, forever.